Very good morning. Welcome to the Breakfast News on Rajya Sabha TV. It is a Monday morning and there's lots that's making news. I'm Ashwarya with you. Let us start the Breakfast News with the top headlines. Prime Minister Modi to interact with students in third edition of PARIKSHA Pe CHARCHA. Prime Minister to speak about beating exam stress. 2,000 students and teachers to attend. Vice President NAIDU calls for national movement to promote use of mother tongue, calls ancient Indian languages a window to our ancient civilization values, knowledge and wisdom. BJP all set to get new national president, JP Nadda frontrunner to succeed Amit Shah. Jammu and Kashmir to get industrial package soon. Government says more will attract investment to the valley. Kashmir to be linked with the rest of the country by train by December 2021. And India beat Australia by 7 wickets to win ODI series. Skipper Virat Kohli declared man of the series. Vice President Venkaiah Naidu congratulates Indian team. The top story this morning, Prime Minister Narendra Modi will today interact with the students, teachers and parents during his PARIKSHA Pe CHARCHA 2020 program. The third edition of PARIKSHA Pe CHARCHA is being organized at the Talkatora Indoor Stadium in Delhi. And during the program, Prime Minister Modi will answer the questions and interact with the selected students about how they can beat examination stress. He will share valuable tips with them to ensure that they take the upcoming board and entrance examinations in a relaxed manner. A total of 2,000 students and teachers will attend the event, of which 1,050 students have been selected through an essay competition. The event will be broadcast on YouTube. The first edition of Prime Minister's interaction program with the school and college students, PARIKSHA Pe CHARCHA 1.0, was also held at the Talkatora Stadium. That was on 16th of February 2018. And inviting all to join PARIKSHA Pe CHARCHA 2020 through a series of tweets, Prime Minister Modi said that we will once again have extensive discussions and insightful conversations on a wide range of subjects related to examinations, especially how to remain happy as well as stress-free during exam season. Vice President Venkaiah Naidu has said that promotion and protection of ancient Indian languages is the need of the hour. He also called for a national movement to promote each and every mother tongue. The Vice President made these remarks while visiting the Central Institute of Classical Tamil CICT in Chennai on Sunday. He appreciated the institution for exploring and highlighting the uniqueness of the society, language and civilization of ancient Tamils. Venkaiah Naidu stressed the need to harness the power of technology to promote the rich heritage of Indian languages. The Vice President also visited the International Institute of Tamil Studies in Chennai on Sunday. He went around the cultural center with a permanent exhibition set up to recreate the history of Tamils, unraveled by decades of research. The Vice President recommended a visit to this unique institution to better understand the history of Tamils. He appreciated Tamil Nadu government for setting up such an institution. The BJP is all set to get its new national president in place of Amit Shah, as the nominations for the election to the post of BJP national president will be filed today. The polling, if required, will take place tomorrow. Senior BJP leader and in charge of the party organizational election process, Radha Mohan Singh, announced the schedule for the election of the party chief. BJP working president JP Nadda is likely to be elected unopposed for the top party post. The election of a new president will bring to end Amit Shah's tenure of over 5.5 years. Under his leadership, the BJP expanded its footprints across the country. With Shah joining the second term of the Narendra Modi government as the Home Minister, the BJP began the exercise for electing his successor, as the party has the convention of one person, one post. The BJP has the convention of electing its president with consensus and without any contest. Nadda was appointed as the party's working president in July last year. The Supreme Court will today hear a special leave petition filed by Pawan Kumar Gupta, one of the death row convicts in the 2012 Nirbhaya gang rape and murder case. Pawan Kumar Gupta claimed that he was a juvenile at the time of crime, and the Delhi High Court had ignored this fact during the proceedings in the case. The Delhi High Court had rejected the revision petition of Pawan Gupta, and thereby he had challenged this before the top court on Friday. Remember, a Delhi court issued a fresh death warrant against the 4 death row convicts in the Nirbhaya gang rape case, who will now be executed on 1st of February at 6 a.m. India has successfully test-fired a 3,500-kilometer range nuclear-capable missile that can be launched from a submarine. The test of the K-4 ballistic missile was conducted off the Vizag coast in Andhra Pradesh on Sunday, and with this test, India has moved one more step towards the induction of this ballistic missile on the INS Arihant class of nuclear submarines. The missile was developed by Defence Research and Development Organization, or DRDO. The 3-meter-tall missile carries a nuclear warhead of over 1 ton with a circular error probability far lower than that of Chinese ballistic missiles. Only the US, Russia and China have submarine-launched ballistic missiles of 3,500-kilometer range. Continuing their mission of a special public outreach program in Jammu and Kashmir on the second day on Sunday, 9 union ministers visited 10 blocks of 6 districts in Jammu division to meet people on ground and seek their feedback on various development initiatives and schemes. Throughout the day, the ministers inaugurated several developmental projects, besides laying the foundation stones for various other projects of public importance. The ministers also held public interactions with the local people, elected representatives of panchayats and block developmental councils to take note of their grievances as well. Listing benefits of the abrogation of Article 370, all ministers reiterated that government is determined to revitalize the economic growth by drawing investments and industrial houses in Jammu and Kashmir, and it will see an exemplary development in the coming years.
जम्मू कश्मीर की शुरुआती प्रक्रिया 17 जून 1822 को की थी। वैसी पावन धरती पे जाने का मुझे सौभाग्य प्राप्त हुआ। वहीं पर फ्लड कंट्रोल, फ्लड प्रोटेक्शन के लिए एक प्रोजेक्ट का उद्घाटन हुआ। एक इंडोर स्टेडियम जिसमें हमारे युवा युवती स्पोर्ट्स के साथ जुड़ सके, उसका उद्घाटन हुआ। कुछ प्रधानमंत्री ग्राम सड़क योजना के कार्यक्रम हुए। अपने आप में जिस प्रकार से तेज गति से विकास पिछले 18 जून 2018 से लेके अभी तक हुआ है, उसकी एक झलक मुझे देखने को मिली। रेलवे का चेनाब के ऊपर जो विश्व का सबसे ऊंचा ब्रिज बन रहा है, वर्षों से काम ढीला सा चल रहा था। इस वर्ष तो पहली बार पूरा जो एलोकेटेड फंड्स थे वो इस्तेमाल हो गए। अधिक फंड्स की जरूरत पड़ी। मैंने माननीय गृह मंत्री से अनुरोध किया कि हमें और तेज गति देनी है चेनाब ब्रिज को, जिससे कटरा से उनियाल तक भी कनेक्शन हो जाए और वास्तव में बारामुल्ला से कन्याकुमारी तक पूरा देश एक हो। हम कन्याकुमारी में बैठा हुआ व्यक्ति सीधा कश्मीर की घाटी में जाके एक प्राइड महसूस करे, गर्व महसूस करे, मेरा देश एक है, मेरा देश तेज गति से कोने कोने तक प्रगति पहुंच रही है। और मेरा मानना है कि एक फोन कॉल पे माननीय प्रधानमंत्री ने अप्रूवल दिया गृह मंत्री जी को और हमें फंड्स अवेलेबल हुए तेज गति से आज आप में से कोई जाना चाहे तो हमारे रेलवे अधिकारी आपको वहां लेके जाएंगे.
The delivery mechanism has improved. The achievement in various sectors and for the various center sponsor schemes and center sector schemes have achieved much better performance. Sector wise, look at the housing, look at the sanitation, look at the electrification, look at the Ayushman Bharat Yojana. Most of the schemes from the Pradhan Mantri Mudra Yojana to the Pradhan Mantri Jan Dhan Yojana, Pradhan Mantri Suraksha Bima Yojana and the Pradhan Mantri Jeevan Jyoti Bima Yojana. Look at the implementation. In last 7 months we have seen a sea change. The governance has improved a lot.
In Breakfast News, time for a very short break. We'll be right back with more news. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back after the break. The Cellular Jail, also known as the Kala Pani, located in the Andaman and Nicobar Islands, is the most dreaded and grueling colonial prisons that was used by the British, particularly to exile Indian political prisoners. Many notable independence activists like Bakuteshwar Dutt, Veer Savarkar were imprisoned here during the struggle for India's independence. And today the complex serves as a national memorial monument. Vice President Venkaiah Naidu has said that the historical role of the cellular jail in freedom struggle should form part of our textbooks. Cellular Jail in Andaman and Nicobar Islands stands as a dark reminiscence of the British rule in India. The British built this prison in the Andaman-Nicobar Islands in the middle of the sea to imprison the fighters of the Indian independence struggle. The jail is located thousands of kilometers from the mainland in the middle of the ocean. Divided into 3 parts, the jail has 694 cells. The names of the brave martyrs are written on the walls of the prison.
1857 से जुड़े जो लोग थे, जो फ्रीडम फाइटर यहाँ लाए गए, करीब 3000 के करीब यहाँ लोगों को लाया गया जो आज़ादी की पहली जंग या आज़ादी की लड़ाई में थे। लेकिन दुर्भाग्यवश हमारे पास में बहुत लोगों के नाम नहीं हैं, लेकिन ये खोज जारी है, हम रिसर्च चल रहा है और हम इस पर आगे आने वाले दिनों में कुछ ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा नाम लेकर आ पाएंगे।
The 3-story jail is a silent witness to inhuman atrocities on freedom fighters. In this prison, brave men like Veer Savarkar, Bakuteshwar Dutt were kept. The jail had a separate cell for each prisoner. Vice President Venkaiah Naidu recently visited the cellular jail, including the solitary confinement cell occupied by Veer Savarkar, and paid tributes at the Martyrs Column.
गणेश दामोदर सावरकर, फिर उल्लासकर दत्त, बारिंद्र कुमार घोष, बाबा पृथ्वी सिंह आज़ाद और सचिंद्र नाथ सान्याल, मतलब इतनी लंबी लिस्ट है कि किस का नाम बोले।
Vice President Naidu described his visit to the solitary confinement cell of Veer Savarkar as a humbling experience. In his Facebook post, he said that Veer Savarkar's life is a great inspiration for the youngsters, stating that the cellular jail was a reminder of the hard-won and precious freedom achieved by a number of freedom fighters. Vice President Naidu said that a visit to the cellular jail would inspire the younger generation.
तो ऐसे स्वतंत्र सेनानी जो यहाँ पे शहीद हुए हैं, दे ऑल आर अनसंग हीरोज, जिनके बारे में ना ही हम इतिहास की किताबों में पढ़े हैं, ना ही हम जानते हैं, जो आज यहाँ पे जो भी टूरिस्ट आते हैं उनकी मंदिर, मस्जिद, चर्च, गुरुद्वारे जो जाते हैं उससे भी ज़्यादा अपने दिल में इनके नेम्स और इनकी धुन लेकर यहाँ से जाते हैं।
The jail is now open to public viewing as a national memorial, and its museum gives one a glimpse of years of India's struggle for freedom. The saga of the heroic freedom struggle is represented through sound and light. In addition, there is a museum, an art gallery and a photo gallery, where pictures of heroic freedom fighters remind us of their sacrifice. Bureau Report, Rajya Sabha TV. Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal will file his nomination for the New Delhi Assembly seat today. Before filing his nomination, Arvind Kejriwal will hold a road show. Kejriwal on Sunday released a guarantee card listing 10 promises, including free bus rides for students and also deployment of Mohalla marshals for women's safety, saying that his Aam Aadmi Party will fulfill all those promises if it is re-elected in Delhi. Weather updates now. Cold wave conditions are continuing to sweep North India. National capital Delhi yet recorded a minimum temperature of 7 degrees Celsius, a notch below normal. The maximum temperature is expected to hover at around 17 degrees Celsius. The Met Department has said that the city may also receive light rains on Tuesday due to a fresh western disturbance. In Uttarakhand, many high-altitude areas are covered with snow. Road connectivity, water and electricity supply, along with the telephone networks, are affected in remote areas. Met Department has predicted a change in weather, however, from Tuesday. In Himachal Pradesh, Shimla has also received light snowfall, while some parts of the state also received light rains. In the Kashmir Valley and Ladakh, sub-zero minimum temperatures led to frost formation on the roads, causing great inconvenience to the vehiclists. And now our special segment on environment and climate change. Climate change is likely to have a greater impact on rainforests than deforestation. A study to examine the way animals and plants make use of the forest and how they interact with each other was carried out in South America. And researchers say that if a section of rainforest was cut down, some of the animals might vanish from that area, but the same species elsewhere could survive and other similar species could fill their space in the ecosystem. However, global warming is wiping out the entire species rather than just localized populations. Earlier, it was believed that the multi-billion-dollar logging industry posed the biggest threat to the ecosystems, but researchers now claim that climate change has a bigger impact. The rainforests are a vital carbon store that not only slow down the pace of global warming, but also are home to a significant number of unique species of plants and animals. All right, sports news now. In cricket, India beat Australia by 7 wickets in the third and final ODI series at Bengaluru on Sunday. And with this, India clinched the series 2-1. Opting to bat first, Australia posted a competitive total of 286 for 9 from their quota of 50 overs. And in reply, India scored 289 for 3 in 47.3 overs. Skipper Virat Kohli scored 89 runs. Rohit Sharma slammed his 29th one-day international century in the third match. For India, Mohammad Shami claimed 4 wickets, while Ravindra Jadeja scalped 2 wickets. And Vice President Venkaiah Naidu congratulated Team India for clinching the ODI series against Australia 2-1. In more sports news, India beat Sri Lanka by 90 runs in the ICC Under-19 World Cup on Sunday. Batting first, India scored a competitive 297 for 4 with the help of half centuries from their premier batsman, opener Y. Jaiswal, and also skipper Priyam Garg. Now, chasing a victory target of 298, Sri Lanka were all out for 207 runs in 45.2 overs. For India, fast bowler Kartik Tyagi took 1 wicket, while Ravi Bishnoi and Akash Singh took 2 wickets each. India will next take on Japan on Tuesday. And with that, we wrap up this edition of Breakfast News. But before we go, take a look at the weather conditions in major cities of the country as I take your leave. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day ahead.